All right, an important topic to talk about and think about, and that is that veganism is not a diet. It is an ethic. It's an ethical thought, an ethical process. It's the idea that we feel that animals deserve rights, that at least that equal to the pets that we take care of, and that if we don't need to take advantage of them, and in some vegans' minds, even if we need to take advantage of them, that we shouldn't, but certainly we don't need to anymore. Very different than a whole food plant-based diet. So when I'm teaching my patients what to eat, and when I go over diets with my patients, I teach a whole food plant-based diet. It is not vegan. I don't make any claims that they have to be vegan, because to me that's an ethic. So what I'm doing with my patients is trying to turn their plates around, because the American diet is dominated by animal protein with very, very little fiber. We're getting double the amount of protein we need and a third of the amount of fiber we need. So that's what I'm working on with my patients, because I've got evidence-based medicine to prove that it works. I'm also judged on my results, and so I gotta make sure that I make these patients healthier. I need to make sure that their referral doctors see a drop in their cholesterol. I need for the patient, for their weight to go down. I need for them to feel better. I also need them to be successful and be able to stick with the diet. And so I do a whole food plant-based diet that is mainly fruits, vegetables, beans, nuts, seeds, and legumes, and starches. But if they add a little fish or something like that, it's okay. But I try to stay more towards the fiber. But I'm not talking ethics with them. Now, I started my own diet changes because I had high cholesterol, because I was overweight. So that's how I studied. I said, I'm overweight, I'm sick, but I know about science, so let me study the science. And that's how I got to a whole food plant-based diet for myself. But I was eating fish in the beginning. I was eating little chicken, and I was eating dairy. And then my mercury level went up, and my cholesterol didn't go down as much as I wanted. And so I moved towards a vegan diet, basically for my health. But while I was giving talks around the country, I was meeting animal activists, and they were showing me what was happening to animals, and it just disgusted me that we could take advantage of animals this way. And so I developed an ethic that I didn't want to harm animals if I don't have to. And I also met a lot of environmental experts as we were giving these talks and going to talks around the country, especially one at Harvard that really got to me, as he explained to me what our food choices, not only do they affect our health, but they affect the health of the environment. And of course, very interested in how we can do that. And so it became an ethic to me that I'm not gonna wear leather shoes. I'm not going to have leather in my car seats. I'm gonna do everything I can, and I'm not gonna be perfect. No one's perfect out there. I'm gonna do everything I can to not vote with my dollar to participate in these industries that basically torture animals and hurt our environment. That's my ethic. There are people that have different ethics. I know some people that are basically vegan unless they hunt the food, and then they go and hunt the food and they killed it themselves, and they feel like that is their ethic, that if they did it with their own hands, and that's their ethic. We could debate ethics. There's no absolute right or wrong. I don't think anybody can make an ethical statement that a controlled animal feeding operation is ethical. That would be a tough call. But the important point is, when someone tells me they're eating a vegan diet, I don't know what they're eating. It's not a diet. They could be eating Oreos. They could be eating nothing but fruit. We can't do a study on vegan diet very well. When they looked at the Epic Oxford people, and they looked at the vegans did very well. They were very healthy, and generally healthier than the meat eaters, but there were some vegans that weren't getting at least 500 grams of calcium a day, and were eating less than 20 grams of fiber a day. So what are they eating? I mean, they're eating junk food if they're not getting 20 grams of fiber a day. On a whole food plant-based diet, you should easily get 20 grams of fiber a day. When they compared the Epic Oxford vegans to the Adventist Health Study vegans, completely and utterly different health results. The Adventist vegans were much healthier than the Epic vegans, and simply because they were eating more fruits and vegetables. Likewise, vegan is not a religion either. There's no guru, there's no book that says this is the rules of veganism that you have to follow. A lot of it is up to interpretation of what you feel like. But when we're looking at data about what's healthy and what's not, it's very hard to look at what a vegan diet is because that varies so much between different people. So just something to think about.